Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago. Well, 3 Form 6 students of Presentation College in Chaguanas represented Trinidad and Tobago at the first Global Challenge in Mexico City in Mexico from August 16th through to the 18th. And 2 of the students are here with us. We have Avidesh Maraj and Redan Babulal, and we also have their mentor and coach, Daniel Ramsuk, and they're here to share their experience with us. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Now, you all are very, very shy, but I know this is not the first time that you all actually went to a competition, to take part in a competition like this.
Yeah.
So, my first question to you, and I'll direct this question to Mr. Ramsuk. What is the first Global Challenge competition all about?
Well, the first Global Challenge was a concept. It was brought about by FIRST. And FIRST is an organization that is that promotes STEM, or now, as the case may be, STEAM, throughout the world. So this was a global tournament that sought to bring together all the countries in the world.
Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, this is not the first time that you all entered this competition. What was the experience like last year?
Well, like Sir was saying, the purpose of the competition is to bring countries together. So the atmosphere at the first Global Challenge is one of cooperation, or as FIRST has coined a unique word for themselves, co-opetition. So everything is about encouraging the teams rather than working against each other or being overly competitive. It's a spirit of co-opetition and working together. And that is the entire purpose of the challenge. That it's not a First Global competition or a First Global tournament, it's the First Global Challenge. Because it's about young engineers and young students in STEM from all over the world coming together to resolve the world's problems.
Okay.
So last year's theme was water and getting clean water to the world. This year's theme was about energy impact and improving efficiency of energy. So these challenges are based on what is known as the 14 Grand Challenges of Engineering. And yeah, that's the main theme with FIRST.
14 Grand Challenges of Engineering. Oof,
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot this morning. Now, you spoke about the theme this year. What kind of robot did you all design?
We built a robot that was capable of completing all the challenges. First, being able to carry fuel cubes and power line cubes to the combustion plant and reaction plant, to pick up solar panels and carry it to our village alliance, and as well as to turn a windmill.
Yeah, you probably could speak English anytime you're ready. That's a lot. Could you break it down for me?
All right, so the challenge, like Avidesh was saying, was about energy impact. So it is a gameplay situation where they have to be able to pick up power cubes and deposit it at certain heights. And it also has to be able to pick up solar panels. So everything was about harnessing energy in some sort. So the gameplay, it was based on 2 teams, right? Either your Red Alliance or your Blue Alliance, and whichever we were put in would be our team members. So we had to work together as a team, right, and accumulate the most points in 2 minute 20 second.
What was the criteria for judging? What were the judges looking for?
Well, the criteria for judging, there was innovation, right, as well as your ability to get points. We had to score points in order to win a match with our alliance. If we didn't win, well, that would affect the chances to make any playoffs.
Okay, and how did you all do this year?
Well, there were 8 rounds. So each round you play and whichever alliance wins more points gets what is known as a ranking point. So a victory gets you 2 ranking points, and that determines your ranking. So we won 4 games, getting 8 ranking points, as well as a notably high cumulative score.
Okay.
Yeah, actually 5th highest in the entire games. But unfortunately, because our ranking score was a bit low, we placed 57th, which did not qualify us for the final playoffs.
Out of how many countries participated?
183.
Wow, it's a lot.
Yes.
So what was your experience like in terms of actually interacting with other countries and other team members? What did you learn? What did you take away from it?
Well, it's that you have something to learn from everyone. Like, all the teams, they're so helpful. when you get the schedule and you have games to play with other people, everyone comes, they check on you, they ask, okay, well, let's start to plan tactics. And then they would look at your robot, they would say, well, where can we help you improve your robot in order to get it ready for this next round? Do you need help improving this mechanism? Is there anything we can offer you? We actually had one experience where in our original schedule that we received, we were scheduled to play with Team Mauritius. So we went to them and found out that they actually did not even have a mentor for their team. And they asked us for some help fixing their robot. And halfway through fixing it, we actually found out that the schedule changed and we no longer have to play with them. But we still continued helping them because, again, that's what FIRST tries to encourage, teamwork and the idea of countries working together to solve the problems of the world.
Yes. Mr. Ramsuk, how do you qualify to be part of this challenge?
Well, to be part of the challenge, first of all, you have to at least register. But it is an open registration, and ideally the situation would be you would like to pick students from all throughout your country to represent, actually represent the entire diaspora of your country. However, a lot of the countries, because of funding and the costs associated with it, they're only able to send one team that is able to pay the registration fee and have funding to get to the actual tournament.
So more than one team can actually enter the competition?
If the team is able to enter the tournament, you'd have it something like, so let me say, for example, we have two teams coming out of Trinidad. You would name, one would be Team Trinidad and Tobago, and the other one would be the Team Caribbean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how exciting was this experience for you? Did you also enter the competition last year, or was it your first?
No, this was actually my first year entering the tournament and the competition. I was greatly inspired by my teammates, Joseph Gonzalez and Avdesh Miraj, and our former team member, Fahad Hussein. They actually encouraged me to take part this year because last year, due to some unforeseen circumstances, I was not able to take part. But this year, I came along and helped and worked together with them to achieve our goals.
So you learned a lot about teamwork?
Yes, for sure, definitely.
Yes. What about you personally?
Well, yeah, I participated in the games last year, and it's about teamwork. You learn that it's have nothing that one person can do by themselves. Everyone has their expertise, their talent, their skills, and it's definitely not a one-man project.
Yes.
You have to be there working with other people. You have to learn to work with other people. You have to accept that not all the time your idea will be the one that we go with, but it's about, another term that FIRST has coined, gracious professionalism, where you accept that not all your ideas could work and you still continue to help build the project.
So your plans for your future, you definitely want to get into engineering, correct?
Yes, my interest is in computer science. I'm not sure what specific part I'd like to take, whether it be software engineering or even robotics, but yeah, the future will determine.
Yes, and what about you?
I would like to get into cell and molecular biology, but robotics is definitely on my list as well. I would definitely like to go into robotics because it was definitely an experience and it is actually very fun.
Yes.
Working with other countries and teams to solve problems.
Yes. Let's talk about the future. What can we do to help?
Well, the thing is, in Trinidad, our STEM programs are tragically underdeveloped compared to other countries. Not every school has a robotics club or any STEM initiative, whereas in other schools, in other countries, you see every school has $1 million STEM programs in each school, and we just aren't up to the caliber of the rest of the world. So our team has actually begun a new project. Rather than building robots, it's time we start building robotics. So we would like to form a association, Trinidad and Tobago Secondary School Robotics Association, which can connect and help intermingle all the robotics clubs of the country. So we would like to send a plea to all students or teachers involved in robotics in their respective schools to join with us to form this association, which will then eventually help other schools to start their own programs. And by forming this union or this association, it makes us a larger voice that we can get more sponsors, more interest, more technical assistance. We can really bring more attention to the field. And because in Trinidad, we're very poorly focused about things like STEM. We aren't embracing the thing that is clearly the future. And what's sad is that everyone knows STEM is the future. You hear it all the time, but no one is doing anything about it. So what we would like to say to everyone involved in robotics, or everyone who can be part of this future association, is that it's time to stop asking Trinidad to change and time to start changing Trinidad. So that is our plea to every school, every teacher to make an effort to reach out to us. You can contact us on WhatsApp by 794-9641 and make an effort with us to promote robotics and STEM in Trinidad.
And this will be based at Presentation College in Chaguanas.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, in its primary stages, we will take charge in organizing it because of the experience with First Global that we now have and the knowledge we have about, forming this kind of organization. Because First, really, they actually did a meeting with our mentors in which they shared with them some knowledge about starting these things.
Yeah.
So basically, First they want to include everyone. So they want to pull from the entire diaspora of each country. So a good way to do this is to work with the universities that actually do technical stuff, right? So they would have a program that is run with universities. So university students and university bodies will now be able to train secondary school students in robotics and programming and stuff. So we have the older ones giving back to the younger ones because the tournament has a definite age group between the ages of 14 to 18.
Okay.
So that's basically high school in most countries.
Right.
So the drive is to get your tertiary education, or the students at tertiary level, to help and bring the younger ones up to scratch.
Okay, and plans for next year?
Well, we're taking that one step at a time.
Yes.
Of course, we'd like to do it. However, to do this and anything STEM related, we need funds.
Oh, yes.
So we would always push, and as long as the funds are there, we would aim to include everyone and get involved.
Those are some photos on the screen there.
Yeah.
What's taking place there? That's the actual competition?
That's us at the gameplay field playing one of our rounds. So there you would see Radon and Joseph, our two drivers. So, I was there as what was known as a human player. So when the robot delivers the cubes, I would just place the cubes in its respective position, which it really isn't much. The Radon and Joseph, our two drivers, well, they're the real stars of the competition in that stage. Because it definitely takes a lot of skillful driving. There's the unpracticable challenge that you need to learn how to move your robot around the other team's robots.
Help me to I really honestly don't understand fully exactly what. So you have drivers. So the robots are actually mobile?
Yeah.
They're on wheels or something?
Yes.
Okay, and you're driving them to do what? What are they doing?
Okay, as I said before, we had fuel cubes, power line cubes, solar panels, and we had a windmill, right?
Right.
So they actually built like areas and objects that we have to do specific objectives. So there was a village alliance where we had to place power line cubes, which are basically boxes, and they were just a different color. And there were two alliances: the blue alliance and the red alliance. So depending on the alliance, there would be a certain color cube. And the blue alliance, well, they had blue cubes, so we carried the blue cubes to the village station, and we needed blue cubes to power the reaction plant,
Right.
which was basically like a nuclear reactor, and that generated 3 kilojoules of energy per second, which was shared between the two alliances. And well, each alliance consisted of 3 teams each. The second objective was the combustion plant, And there were 2 levels to the combustion plant. So you would place white cubes or fuel cubes into the combustion plant and generate 20 kilojoules of energy at the top, at the higher level, and 5 kilojoules of energy at the lower level. And those points would eventually accumulate towards the overall point. And the wind turbine or the windmill, you had to crank it or turn some extrusions on it 3 times in order to generate 1 kilojoule of energy per second. And the final objective was the solar panels, which definitely generated the most amount of energy, because if you deposited solar panels, well, there was a maximum cap of 5 solar panels. Each solar panel you deposited, it would generate 1 kilojoule of energy per second, and well, 5 kilojoules of energy.
And you had a
for the rest
time
of the
limit to
match.
work with?
Yes,
2 minutes and 30
seconds.
2 minutes and 30 seconds to do all of that?
Yes.
Wow. And you had the other team also doing their thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, this
So
is amazing.
it would happen that the points scored by your alliance would cumulatively add up,
Right.
and that would be your point tally at the end.
Overall.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, it was great chatting with you. Just remind us that number to call for further information to join this association.
794-9641.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and best of luck. We hope to have you next year to hear some more positive things. Hopefully that association will be already established and on its way.
Right,
Thank you.
thanks for
And
having us.
best of luck. We now take you to our travel weather forecast.